Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with Robyn, where we are empowering you with knowledge and amplifying your voice so you can take the lead in your wellness journey. So when I had my gallbladder removed, I was told that I'd be fine without it, that my body didn't need it, that it didn't matter. And while it's not a life or death organ, it is definitely a quality of life organ, and it matters. Let me explain what the gallbladder's function is in the body. So the gallbladder is part of the digestive system and works together with the liver. The liver, amongst other things, makes something called bile. And what bile does is it breaks down fats, the fats that we eat, so that our body can use it. And it does it the same way or a similar way that Dawn's dishwashing soap cuts the grease in the dishes, right? In your dishes. So what bile does is it's made in the liver and then it gets sent to the gallbladder where it is stored. And when you're eating, one of the things that happens is your body releases a hormone and tells your gallbladder to contract. And when it contracts, it squeezes out that bile into the top of our small intestine. And then it breaks down all that fat and uses it, and it's awesome. However, when we don't have that gallbladder, it doesn't seem like it's super important because that bile is still being made. But the problem is it's being sent and it's just dripping. So it's like taking that Dawn soap and, just kind of shooting it, like spraying it all over your kitchen and hoping that your dishes get clean. It's not going to work. It has to hit the target. So without it actually being present, that bile being present to break down those fats, then our body is not able to use that fat. And so it does what it does. We end up evacuating that fat and not getting the value of it in our body. And we also end up with some discomfort. Could be nausea, could be constipation, could be diarrhea, gassiness. It could be moodiness or even brain fog. It could be fatigue. It could be any number of things that people are struggling with as a result of not having a gallbladder and our body not being able to break down the fats that we consume. Great. So what do you do now? You can't grow a new gallbladder. That's true. But there are some things you can do to support your body in breaking down those fats. And I'm going to give you 3 tips for that today. Tip number 1. Our body can easily break down butter, ghee, which is clarified butter, and coconut oil. So instead of using olive oil, sometimes maybe try using butter or the coconut oil to bake or to cook things. Staying away from all vegetable oils is definitely something you want to do, and we'll get into that more in another video, another time. But coconut oil, ghee, and butter are your go-to oils for cooking and eating. Tip number 2, this one's kind of obvious. You want to kind of stay away from some of those fatty foods. So unfortunately, if you're noticing when you eat foods that are high in fats that you have digestive discomfort, then you're going to want to reduce your fat intake. Tip number 3, let's look to nature and see how we can support our liver and bile function. So organic beet juice will help trigger the release of bile. If that doesn't sound appetizing to you, then there are supplements that contain bile salts that you can take while you're eating, and that will help trigger the release of that bile. Now, if you're interested in purchasing some bile salts, you can get them really anywhere, but I have a relationship with a very good vendor, very high quality. I use them myself and have seen tremendous benefit from using the ones that I use. So if you're interested in trying the ones that I use, just drop a note below or send me an email and I will get you connected. In the for the month of February, anyone who comes through me to get some bile salts, you'll get 10% discount. Now, you can get them on Amazon and really in a lot of health food stores, but you just want to be careful. Make sure that you know what you're getting, that it's a good quality bile salt and it doesn't have a lot of fillers and other stuff in it. Yeah. So, bile salts. So, again, 3 tips for the person or for all of you who do not have a gallbladder or are struggling with gallbladder health. 1, switch your fats to butter or ghee or coconut oil. 2, try to stay away from fats as much as possible, or reduce the amount of fats that you do eat, unless it's in, one of those 3 varieties. And then 3, bile salts or organic beet juice. Again, 10% discount if you're interested in trying bile salts in the month of February. Okay, well, I hope this helps, and I know for a fact that it will, because it has been a game changer for me. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, be well.